Where are we going, Jimmy?
Nowhere in particular. Maybe somewhere. Depends on where the wind blows us, Lavandia.
I don't know about that there wind you keep talking about, Jimmy.
Fate's a funny thing. You wake up one morning in this warm, soft bed, all cozy in this beautiful bedroom. Sun is shining. Day starts off all fresh and new.
Then you find yourself all warm and cozy in the back of a police car for breaking into that bedroom. That's a bad cough you got there, Jimmy.
Ain't nothing.
It's been living in your body for a long time now.
It's too many years of smoking all that shit.
I'm just worried about you.
I know you are. Maybe that's what keeps me going. Keep my head from spinning around.
We're quite the couple, ain't we, Jimmy?
You got that right.
I got some bad news. The city's gonna tear down your house. I give us 7 to 10 days at the most.
That's about what I figured. I've been on the streets before. Looks like I'll be back on my bike looking for a new place to live.
Aren't you a little old for that?
Shit! Age ain't got nothing to do with it. Circumstance. Now, that's a whole different proposition.
You know, you're a real fixture in this neighborhood, and you're gonna be missed.
Well, they definitely will miss my fine coffee. You got time for a cup?
No, I wish I did. There's a house down the road. There's a bunch of dead cars there I gotta tow out of there.
That'd be the crack house at the end of the block. You watch your back.
Always do. Thank you, Ed. It was nice seeing you.
Thank you, you too.
So is that code enforcement I just saw leaving?
Yeah.
How many days you got?
Less than a month.
Wow. Well, you can always stay with me.
Right. Stay with the man who wears a judge's robe and sells a variety of corner couple of drugs out the back of his car. That's all right. I'd rather take my chances under a bridge.
Well, offer still stands.
So why are you really here?
For your coffee. I could sure use a cup.
Well, it ain't free, you know.
Apparently ain't nothing free.
Come on in. Wipe your feet first.
So, did we get everything on your list?
Everything except the shoes.
You and Imelda Marcos.
Seriously?
Oh, don't forget, we're taking the plane to Frisco tonight for dinner with Dr. and Mrs. Abrams.
New clients?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and, sweetheart, do me a favor and maybe limit the after-dinner drinks just a bit tonight.
You know, Roger, I'm not flying your plane.
Please.
Stop judging me.
I'm not, Amber. It's just... You've been drinking over the last couple of years more than...
What, then I should? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes, it is.
Stop the fucking car.
No, I'm not stopping the car.
I mean it, Roger.
What the...
Stop the damn car, now! Oh, I am so over it! over it! Ow! Fuck! God damn it!
Get in the car, Amber. Get in the car.
Leave me alone, Roger. Why
So
did you marry me?
Oh, we're not going to have that conversation right here on the side of the road. Now, get in the car.
I mean it! Don't touch me!
You need to...
You know what? All you ever wanted was a trophy wife. One who you could dangle in front of your friends and your clients. Isn't that right, Roger?
I'm not going to dignify that comment.
Yeah,
Get
okay.
in the car. You get... I fell in love with you first time I laid eyes on you. Do you remember when we first danced together?
Yeah, I do. That night on the beach. The sun was going down. You kissed me.
I did. Now let's get back in the car.
How you folks doing?
We okay.
You look kind of sickly, Jay.
Doc said I blew out my liver.
That sounds about right.
Well, it ain't no big deal. We all got to go sometimes.
Yeah, with a bottle of 9,000 proof whiskey and a dog who can't remember what a cat is.
Did you hear Big George fell in the river the other day and nearly drowned?
No shit.
Got into a fight with a park ranger that was trying to evict him from his tent right next to the river.
Is he okay?
Oh, he's gonna be pretty dry in that jail.
Crazy dude.
Well, we gotta get going.
Take care, Jake. We'll see you.
Okay.
You're up late.
Couldn't sleep.
Is anything wrong?
Do you remember the time our car broke down on the way to your sister's house?
Oh, yes. You have a good memory.
It was raining.
More like a monsoon.
And we both decided to run like hell to that little farmhouse at the end of the road.
Yeah, we were soaked to the skin.
We laughed. We laughed like children at recess.
Yeah, and I remember you trying to find the biggest puddles that you could find to jump in as if I weren't wet enough.
That was the last time we laughed like that.
You shouldn't be so sentimental, Roger. We're here, aren't we?
I guess. Physically.
Really? Is that it?
Maybe that's all there is.
No relationship is perfect, Roger.
Maybe we're just not trying hard enough.
I don't think I know what you mean.
I think you do. It's getting late. Good night.
So where your son live now?
He lives with his dad in Texas.
I can never stay in one place long enough to create nothing but trouble.
That sounds about right.
Don't like people neither. Give me a cold beer and some righteous weed, and I'm a happy camper.
I think you're a little bit more complicated than that.
So we talking Dr. Phil now.
We're talking about someone that spent their whole life hiding on the streets.
That's bullshit, Lavandia. Ain't about no hiding. It's about surviving. Surviving the people that you can't see. But you know they there. They live deep down inside your brain. I could hear them all the time.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I shouldn't have said anything.
So you decided to drink your breakfast, Amber.
Screw you, Roger.
Not without protection.
What is that supposed to mean? Asshole!
Hello, Mrs. Anderson. How are you doing? Excellent. I believe she is. I'll give her your message. Nice to talk to you too. Your office called. They want to know if you're going to be in today.
I have a headache.
Oh, I thought that was reserved for when I wanted sex.
You know what? Marriage is not an excuse for fornication, Roger.
And it's not an excuse for drinking yourself into oblivion every single day.
You don't understand. You never will.
I'm trying, Amber. You need help. And it's not in these bottles you have hidden all over our house.
You know what? You don't know what you're talking about. For all I know, it was you who hid those bottles around just so you could give me a hard time about my so-called problem.
It's our problem. When it affects us as a couple.
A couple? We haven't been a couple in a very long time. Years, actually.
Not my fault.
Yeah? Well, then whose fault is it? That cute little secretary been fucking at your office? Yeah, I know.
No, that's not true.
Really? Then prove it, Mr. Richardson.
This conversation's going nowhere fast. I'm going to the office.
Good morning, Donegan and Gray.
Morning.
Yes, I'll connect you. Looks like you have several messages. Yeah. Good morning, Mrs. Anderson. Yes, Mrs. Richardson hasn't been in, and I have quite a few messages for her.
Hey, boss.
I'll take care of it. Thank you.
Hey, how are you doing? Good morning, Mrs. Richardson. You look nice.
Thank you, Alan. You're a doll.
Sure, I'll be right there.
Here are the contracts you requested. Thank you, Diane. Are you okay, Mrs. Richardson? I'm just fighting a cold. I'll be all right. Thank you.
Good
morning, Mrs. Richardson. Here are your messages from yesterday and early this morning.
Thank you, Lyndon.
Some of them are real important. Those are the ones I highlighted in yellow.
Okay, I'll make them a priority.
By the way, Mrs. Anderson asked me to let her know when you came in.
Okay, that'll be all. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a moment, Amber? Of course. Yeah.
The partners are very concerned about your absenteeism this past couple months.
I know. I'm sorry. Look, I've just been fighting this flu or this cold that's been going around. It's really hanging on.
You've also missed several important meetings.
I know. I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Since I hired you here at Dunnigan and Gray, I feel responsible for your job performance. I need you here to do your job. If you need to, go see a doctor.
I understand. Okay.
I can't have this conversation with you again.
I can get you whatever you need. Yeah, no sweat. I'm always at the table, so come on by. I gotta go.
I'm hungry, Jimmy.
I know you are. Gotta take care of some important business first.
Got your business right here.
How much?
20 bucks.
You told me 10.
Maybe I did.
You know you did.
Dude, you just want your shit? Just give me the fucking money.
Pay him the money, Jimmy.
Listen to your woman. Wow. So you two still living in the tent by the river?
But now?
I might know of a place. Nothing fancy, but it's close.
A house?
Small, 2 bedrooms.
What's the deal?
The owner likes black women, if you know what I'm saying.
Fuck you.
Nice warm house, cable TV. You should really think about it, Jimmy.
Ain't nothing to think about.
What would I have to do?
Shut the fuck up, Lavandia.
Older white guy works out of town during the week. On the weekends, he'd like little company, if you know what I mean.
I do. And I ain't prostituting my lady. No way.
Jimmy, it won't be the first time I have to lay down. Besides, we need a warm place to stay with your cough and all.
Listen to your woman.
We'll be seeing you, Judge. Lavandia, never heard you talk like that before.
I ain't never been so cold before, Jimmy.
Something to turn up.
You always say that, but he never does.
Here's your mail, Mrs. Richardson.
Thank you, Patricia.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
Be a dear and grab me another one of these.
Sorry, but Mr. Richardson said you should only have 2.
For whom do you work, Conchetta?
Please, ma'am, I am only doing my job.
Not anymore. You can pick up your check in the morning.
Please don't do this to me. I have a family.
Good for you.
Mr. Richardson says he's very worried about you.
And how is this now your concern?
I'm sorry, but I just...
No, go. You're fired. Goodbye. Go.
Does the judge know you're here?
Should he?
You need to get out of my chair. I know you need to come in for a cup of my fine coffee.
Are you always this grumpy?
Only when someone tries to sit in my chair.
Have you found a place yet?
Why are you here, Brittany?
Do you think I'm pretty?
You expect an answer to that?
Well, am I?
If you came here looking for a compliment, I'm all out. Okay, you look nice.
I don't do nice.
Why was I expecting that?
I like it when people look at me, especially when I'm with the judge.
I will say this, the judge needs all the help he can get.
What do you mean?
I mean, he still thinks he's a player.
You don't think so?
I think he's been doing the same act for the last 20 years I've known him.
He's really a very cool guy.
I know that. I just think maybe it's time for him to ditch the robe and do something more meaningful with his life.
Like what?
Like run for Congress. He'd be right up there with all the other players.
He probably would.
How old are you, Brittany?
20?
It's time for you to do something with your life, instead of living vicariously through someone else.
You mean the judge?
Exactly.
I guess I should think about that.
You really need to do better than that. I found in my years of life, the person needs to do one thing really well. Why do you think I called my fine coffee?
Okay, I'll try. By the way, I think I would like to try a cup of your fine coffee.
That's the first smart thing I've heard you say all day.
What's the lady drinking?
Amber.
I'm pretty sure they only have one guy.
Amber.
Actually, but they got a lot of flavors up here. What kind of
Amber. Oh, hey,
girl. That's okay. Glad you can make it. So how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah? How's your old real estate life treating you?
Actually, it's doing really good. I closed escrow on 2 houses and opened up on a couple more. And Roger seems to think that the housing market's going to be up for like the next year, so I think I'm pretty set.
Yeah, Roger said that, huh?
Thanks. Yeah. Are you okay?
I'm fine. It's just been kind of a rough day.
Are you sure?
I don't even want to talk about it. Hey, I have another, please.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but happy hour was over an hour ago.
Are you kidding me?
Like, it's just our policy, and you just seem to be a little bit...
Hey, what the hell are you talking about?
Amber, we can go to another happy hour.
I don't want to go to another happy hour. I want a beer here.
Maybe you should just...
You know what? I am just as sober now as I was when I walked in the damn
Put your
door.
cup down. Let's
I
go,
would like
Amber.
a beer.
Amber.
You're out of here.
Hey, Amber!
You're out of here.
Get your beer. Let go of her.
No, stop. Listen to me. Next time you're going to jail, okay? No, next time you're going to jail.
Let go.
Next time you're going to jail, okay? Stop. Next time you're going to...
Amber, stop!
Stop touching me.
What the fuck is your problem? Who the hell was I just about to have a drink with?
I don't even know.
You don't know? Have we not been friends for a long time? Like, do you not consider how much you drink?
Susan, I'm a little high, okay?
A little
My
high?
God, what is the big deal? Why can't I have a couple of drinks?
Okay, maybe we should go have a cup of coffee.
I don't want to have a cup of coffee. I want to go.
I'd really like to go have a cup of
give me
coffee.
my purse.
I'm not gonna let you fucking
Susan,
drive.
give me-
Amber, what the hell's your
Purse.
problem? Give me your keys.
No, I'm
Give me your
going.
fucking keys, Amber. Amber.
Stop!
Okay, whatever.
Medics 25 on tech 2. 13A 61, 13A 61, assisted tag 2 for 13 Victor 6. Medics 2514 can transmit on tag 2 with your message. 14A 20.
I need you to roll down your window, ma'am. I'm not gonna ask you again. Roll down your window now.
What the fuck is your problem, officer? I am a law-abiding citizen.
Stop right there. The reason I stopped you was I observed you weaving in and out of traffic as you got onto J Street.
Well, I find that very hard to believe because I am a very good driver, officer. You are obviously mistaken and obviously a sexist pig who has obvious testosterone issues. What, did your mother drop you on your penis when you were a kid, huh?
I need your license and registration.
Why? You probably can't even read.
You're only making this harder on yourself, ma'am.
Yeah, I know. I have the right to remain silent. I have the right to an attorney. Blah, blah.
Have it your way. I'm gonna arrest you for resisting and driving under the influence.
What?
11 Mary Sacramento. I need a paramedic to 441 Grant Street.
Great. In the fucking backyard where the neighbors can hear.
I really don't give a shit.
This was your second DUI, Amber.
Yeah.
Your second.
Were you counting?
Since I'm posting bond, yes I am.
I wasn't even drunk.
You blew a .16.
What does that mean?
It means you're drunk. Blasted, blottoed, obliterated, beyond the legal limits to be operating a motor vehicle.
Now you sound like your attorney. What's new?
I need to go to work. You need to rediscover the location of our coffee pot, which I believe is in the kitchen.
You don't care.
Of course I don't. Oh. I threw away your bottles I found in the bedroom, kitchen, bathroom. You'll thank me one day.
You know what? If that is your idea of sobriety, then you are more naive than I thought. Besides, I recycle the bottles so I can go buy more booze.
I'm gonna pick up some breakfast on the way into work. I suggest you eat something too.
Oh, thanks for caring, husband.
Hi, Edmund.
See that woman over there across the street?
I do.
She's 60, maybe 70 years old, depending on how much cheap wine she's had to drink.
She looks lonely.
She isn't.
How do you know?
She has these streets to keep her company.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means people clothe her, feed her, give her a place to stay when it's cold and raining.
What's her name?
Beatrice. She comes by here in the morning sometimes for a cup of coffee to sober her up.
You know, I don't see how you do this every day. Just watch people come and go.
Your point? Are you implying somehow these people's lives don't matter? That they're less important than most other people?
Look, I didn't come here for another lecture. I came here because the judge said you have to move.
You came by here to tell me something I already know.
Why do you always have to be such a shit?
Do you know the meaning of the word expectation?
Yes, I do. It means that
someone would, will, or should achieve something.
Oh, here we go again with another lecture.
I wake up with the expectation that I'll have 2 clean socks to put on. And somehow, I have enough coffee to make it to the end of the week.
My point is you can do better.
At what? At disproving the Pythagorean theorem? At making a better cup of coffee on food stamps?
You can live with me.
And your husband. And your 2 dogs. And your cat. And your mother-in-law.
She is a nice lady.
And once you get to know her, I'll take my chances here. Wait till the city kicks me out.
Look, I just don't understand why you have to be so stubborn, Edmund.
You always say that when you don't get your way.
I love you. I hope you know that.
I do.
Keep in touch. Okay?
I will.
I still have your clothes.
I know you do.
I can get them for you before you leave.
Maybe you should hold on to them a little while longer.
Whitney came by. Asked me to move in with her and her family.
And you said no.
Husband's a Republican.
You made the right choice. Are you still taking your meds?
The VA keeps sending them out. I put them in a drawer.
You still need to take them.
I'll take them when the drawer's full.
Oh, Ed, you will never change. And in some ways, I wouldn't want you to.
You want more coffee?
Only if a dinner invitation is included.
You buying?
Your house or mine?
I'll get my coat.
And you're expecting how much for this?
Alex?
You're a funny guy. Got any good deal, dude?
Later, Judge.
Yeah, I better see you again. And I thought I might see you again.
I want to talk to you about the house.
I don't see Jimmy.
He's still asleep.
No.
So what do I need to do?
You sure you want to do this, Lavandia?
Jimmy's cough ain't getting any better, and we need to stay in a place and not a tent down by the river.
Look, Lavandia, I admire you. I truly do. I just really think that Jimmy needs to have a say in this, that's all.
Jimmy ain't the man that he thinks he once was. Fact is, life hasn't been a blessing to him. He's squeezed so much life into one body.
Well, that's a gospel truth.
I'm beginning to think this might be the last winter we spend together, so maybe that's why I'm doing this. Do you understand?
I understand. Okay, fine. I'll call him. Larry, there's the judge. You home? Okay. I got someone that wants to meet you. I can be there in less than an hour. All right. See ya. Come on, let's take a ride.
Come in.
Well, hello, Judge. Larry.
How's your day going?
Really good.
Glad to hear it. And who do we have here?
This is my friend Lavandia.
Well, that's a very unusual name, I must admit.
That's the name I was born with.
I must admit, she's nothing like the beat-down ladies you usually bring here.
Not at all. Lavandia's one fine lady.
I can tell that.
So what do you think?
Judge, aren't you rushing things a little bit? How old are you, Lavandia?
45.
You got any kind of mental illness you want to tell me about?
I ain't no crazy bitch, if that's what you're thinking about, mister.
Oh, well, the name is Lawrence Matthews. People sometimes just call me Larry, but they need to know me real well before they do that.
I like your house.
It's a very comfortable home. Rather small. But I suspect you're just asking that because you need a place to stay.
Well, isn't that the reason why the judge brought me here?
Have you ever had sex with a white man?
I have.
I thought you had.
So, what do you think?
What's your problem, Judge? Don't you have to go sign a writ or something? Please, why don't you just go outside and wait while we finish our conversation?
Okay. Come on, babe. We'll be in the car, Lavandia.
Would you like a glass of wine? Let's have a seat and talk. Please. Now, I work in the Bay Area during the week. And on weekends, I like coming home to a woman.
A black woman?
Oh, yes. I love black women. Always have.
The judge said I could stay here in exchange for spending time with you on the weekends.
Is that what he told you?
He did.
Well, what he didn't tell you is you get to spend the first weekend with me. Just so we can get to know each other. See if we can get along.
I ain't no whore, Mr. Matthews, or whatever your name is.
I never said you were. I couldn't care less why you're out on those streets. Now, you do have something different about you. Not sure what it is, but maybe a different life before it got crushed into the dirt I smell in your clothes.
I shouldn't have come here. I'm sorry I bothered you.
I gotta go, dude. What?
You never should have brought me here.
What the hell happened in there?
Nothing. I just want to get back to Jenny.
All right, come on. I'll drive you back. You knew this was a bad idea. Fucking Larry.
Hi, Linda. Do you have any messages for me?
Good morning, Mrs. Richardson.
What's all this, Catherine?
I'm afraid we're gonna have to let you go, Amber.
I don't understand. Why? I don't know how those got there. Somebody must...
Amber, don't make this any more difficult than it already is. Here's a check for what the company owes you, plus a small bonus.
A small bonus for what? Keeping my mouth shut? Not letting everybody in this company know what a piece of shit office this is? Keep your check.
I'm sorry, Mrs.
You will regret
Richardson.
this. Get your hands off
You
me.
need to leave now.
You will regret this. Let go of me. God, Alan, you? Really?
I'm sorry it worked out this way, Amber.
Those assholes are gonna pay when I sue them for wrongful termination. I worked my ass off for this company.
I know you did. I know you did.
They're gonna pay.
Come on now. It's not funny. Jimmy.
Jimmy, wake up. There's something wrong. Oh, he's got one, but it's really weak. Jimmy, wake up, dude.
Jimmy, come on. This is not funny.
He's not fucking dead, but my God, really?
Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm down here by the tents, the homeless tent by the river. I got someone who's barely breathing and practically no heart rate. Yeah, tent, I guess that's what you call it. That's where we are. It's blue tent. He'll see us. We'll wait for you. Wow. Jimmy, wake up, dude.
Jimmy!
Dr. Forrest, dial 118, please. Dr. Forrest, please dial 118.
Livonga?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mandel. How are you doing? I understand you're a friend of Mr. James Dickinson.
Jimmy.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
We are treating your friend for pneumonia, and he also has dehydration and is hypothermic. I cannot obtain any history from him. Do you know of any medical conditions he suffers from? Do you have a list of his medications?
Jimmy don't believe in no doctors. And the only medicine he takes comes in a bottle. And it's not fruit juice.
He's very sick, Livondia. He has pneumonia, and this can lead to severe sepsis.
Oh.
And he also has got hypothermia. And he can really have a lot of complications because of all that.
I'm just crazy worried about it.
It's completely understandable. He's very ill and he's very sick. He's very weak. We need to do a complete workup on him and treat him very aggressively. We also need to watch him for withdrawal symptoms and provide him with supportive care. This means he's going to be with us for a while.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doc.
So what the hell happened with Lavandia?
Guess I got a little too personal.
Larry, you know I don't like most of the fucking people around here, but Lavandia is nice. Really nice. I just don't see what she sees in that Jimmy dude.
Security, I suppose. You know what they say.
No, what?
Love makes for strange bedfellows.
When are you going to settle down with just one woman instead of all these one-night stands?
I wouldn't call him that.
What would you call him?
Therapy, man.
You have to accept that you're just an older guy, living by yourself, with nothing but a heating pad to keep you company.
You forgot the insure.
Lavandia's one of those ladies that only comes around once in a while. You haven't noticed that?
How long have we known each other?
I haven't kept count. You're thinking of that $50 I still owe you, right?
You're the one who brought it up.
That I did. I'll have it for you Saturday.
What millennium?
Funny.
You want another drink, Judge?
No, I gotta go, actually.
Are you going to be seeing Lavandia again soon?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool.
I set an appointment for you with Dr. Jensen.
The village shrink.
Tomorrow, 10 a.m.
Why are you doing this, Roger?
We've had this conversation 1,000 times before.
So what? You think that sending me to Dr. Mind Meld will help me find my way back from acute alcohol addiction? Is that it?
Something like that.
I drink because I had a shitty life,
Really?
Roger. Yeah,
Oh.
really.
Oh, okay, so help me here. Is it, did our housekeeper not make our bed exactly the way you like? Or maybe the cook didn't bring you your favorite
Christ,
dessert?
it's not about money, Roger.
Then what's it about?
It's about being appreciated for who I am. Why can't you see that? God.
Frankly, I sincerely doubt that you know who you are anymore. And I'm sorry. forget the dinner party tomorrow night. I picked out a dress for you, and I'm sure you'll look radiant in it.
Nice to see you again, Amber.
Can we get this over with in a hurry, please? My Super 8 is double parked outside.
I'm sensing more than a little bit of hostility from you, Amber.
Excuse me, doctor, but you spent, what, 8 years in a medical school? And another 10 in an institutional practice to tell me that I'm hostile?
I mean, it won't do you any good to insult me, Amber.
Oh, yes, it will. Especially since my wonderful husband is paying your bill.
Roger is concerned about your mental health, Amber.
I assume you mean my drinking?
Alcoholism is a disease.
So says the AMA.
I think we ought to begin by looking at the underlying causes of your hostility.
I'm sorry, but did you wet your bed as a child, doctor?
Did you have a drink before you came here?
Nope. I had 4.
I was checking the files. I see you've been in rehab twice in the past 3 years.
I have.
You sound almost proud of that.
Someone has to be.
How would you describe your relationship with Roger?
What, you mean the role playing? Where I play the role of the naughty police officer or the screaming matches over dinner?
I mean, are you able to communicate with him without the feelings of hostility coming into play?
You know, I think that I suffer from persecution complex.
What do you mean?
I mean that I consistently set myself up to be shit on.
Or it could be a barely repressed cry for help.
The only help that I need is in a bottle that has my name on it in the corner pub up the street.
I think we need to schedule another session.
Why? Are you late on your mortgage? You know, doctor, real estate is still the best long-term investment. Perhaps Roger can help you.
Keep that in mind.
And so the witch doctor told her what to do. Ooh-ee, ooh-ah-ah, ting-tang, walla-walla, bing-bang.
Why do you like black women?
I find black women to have a certain attitude, a style that I find really appealing.
Now, never heard that before, especially from the white man.
Well, I've worked for the government for most of my life and been everywhere twice. And you know, one thing that's always bothered me is how good we are at pretending. Pretending to like what we hate, pretending to hate what we like. Do you know what I mean?
Are you talking about race?
Well, you take the history of the Deep South, for example. For years it was against the law for white men to have sex with black women, and that didn't change what was actually going on behind closed doors.
I appreciate your history lesson. I'm not sure I understand your point.
My point is you shouldn't have had to ask me.
But I did. The world is not as enlightened as you are.
Well, I can see our relationship is not going to be boring.
So do you want to kiss me now or what?
I want to make you dinner.
You do?
I do.
That's a first.
You told me you were no whore.
I did.
So I don't intend to treat you like one. Make yourself comfortable while I go in the kitchen.
I'd like to take a shower if that's okay.
Sure. You'll find some soap in the cabinet next to the bathtub.
Thank you.
Lawrence?
Lawrence. Okay.
I have a change of clothes I'd like to give you.
How did you know my sizes?
I worked in the garment industry for 10 years.
A man of many pursuits.
I am.
You're a good cook.
Well, thank you, Lavandia. Meatloaf is my specialty.
So how many women have you cooked dinner for?
Oh, I think you're getting a little jealous already.
No. I just want to know why you don't have anyone permanent in your life.
Well, it's kind of like I told you. I spend most of my life on the road and never saw a good reason to become emotionally involved with somebody I might see only a day or so between my assignments.
Isn't that being a little bit selfish, Lawrence? Isn't there someone special?
I'm not sure I know what you mean by special.
Do you still see her?
She died several years ago. Not something I really want to talk about, if that's okay. Would you care to give me a hand with the dishes?
Okay. Thank you for dinner.
Well, you're welcome. You're also very nervous.
I guess so.
Hey, you shouldn't be.
Living on the streets makes a person kind of crazy like. Suspicious, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I do.
Do you want to kiss me now?
I do.
I hope I don't disappoint you.
Oh, you won't. You know, Lavandia, one thing I read a long time ago in an old book is sometimes life is about the warmth two people share.
That's nice.
Yeah. I was really worried you wouldn't come back.
I was scared.
I know you were.
Am I talking too much?
Not at all.
You know, this is the first time that I felt so warm in a very long time.
I'm glad.
Hey, Judge.
Hey, how's it?
Oh, good. How are you?
Why do I get a feeling you're here to talk about Jimmy?
Is he okay?
Well, it's going to be expected for a 100-year-old man living in a 50-year-old body.
Do you know when they plan to let him leave?
Probably sooner than later. He's being a royal pain in the ass to all the nurses that are taking care of him.
Oh, that sure sounds like Jimmy.
Yeah, it does. So I'm curious. How are you and Lawrence getting along now? Or is it Larry?
I think he wants to fall in love with me.
He does. He's one lonely dude.
I figured that.
Taking a real shine to you, too.
I was afraid of that.
You just got to keep it all in perspective, Lavandia. Remember, you're doing this for Jimmy.
I know.
Okay.
I just don't know how Jimmy is going to feel when he learns about my arrangement with Lawrence.
That's one bridge neither one of us have to cross.
Okay.
Hey.
Take care, Judge.
Take care, girl.
Hello, Susan. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Are you alone?
Very alone. Wish you were here. Gotta miss you. Amber says she's at a job interview for a few hours. Probably at that new club in Granite Bay. She knows the bartender. So, are we headed off to Seattle next month?
Yeah, we are. And then a 7-day cruise to Alaska. I can't wait. What are you gonna tell Amber?
Oh, the usual. Business. Doubt she'll even realize I'm gone.
Well, I'm sorry it had to go down this way.
When we're on board that cruise ship, we can start planning to move in together. Bye, babe. Call you tomorrow.
Well, it's certainly a much lower pace of decline than most had projected.
Well, U.S. oil has been incredibly resilient. However, we do need to regain access to Venezuelan oil. Would you agree?
I agree.
It's very astute, Amber. As a matter of fact, let's consider hiring you to be part of our new team we're putting together next year.
I would be honored, Dalton. Thank you.
We'd be pleased to have you with us.
Gentlemen, if you'll excuse us for just a moment, please.
Of course.
Thank you. Sorry.
Pardon me.
Sweetheart, I don't recall your name being on my corporate letterhead, so I need you to do what you do best, which is look gorgeous and charm our guests.
God, what am I, just some walking bimbo with an IQ of 143?
Miss?
Oh, come on, we're just having fun. You can always join in. Thank you. Woo!
Sweetheart,
Hey,
you are...
excuse me, get your hands off of me, you pig! I fucking hate you! You... How could you do this? Don't touch me! No. I'm done.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Get the hell out of here!
Those were my clients, Amber.
No shit.
This party was very important to me.
Of course it was. What's new?
If you're trying to ruin me, you're doing a hell of a good job.
Maybe it's karma, Roger.
Tomorrow morning, I'm going to call Stephen Crane.
Your attorney.
Just isn't working, Amber. I can't be married to a woman who's a drunk.
And I can't be with a man who fucks my best friend.
It just happened.
Really?
Yes.
Just like the trip to Alaska?
Call it irreconcilable differences, Amber.
Is that what you call it? Well, I call it goodbye. You can give that to Susan. I'm sure it'll look radiant on her.
Oh, I'm sorry, is this seat taken?
It is now.
I'm Antonio Conti. You can call me Tony.
Amber. I have no last name.
Like Madonna.
Well, I prefer to wear my underwear underneath my clothes. That is when I choose to wear underwear.
Hey, what are you having?
Dirty martini.
Okay.
Whatever she's drinking.
I'll have another of these.
So I'm in town on business. Real estate.
Terrific.
Yeah, I represent several foreign investors who are interested in purchasing property here in Sacramento.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have thought you would have been into something a little more exciting.
Such as?
I don't know. Like a detective searching for a missing heiress or something.
I'm afraid sales is just about as exciting as it gets for me. But I must say, you have quite the imagination.
I've often thought of being a novelist.
Fiction or nonfiction?
Oh, I'd have to write about my life.
Why is that?
I think it would be cathartic.
In what way?
I don't know. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Why did you sit down next to me?
I guess you can say I have a thing for pretty women.
And what kind of thing would that be?
Well, to be honest with you, I couldn't quite understand why such a beautiful lady like yourself was sitting alone at a bar with a couple of empty glasses in front of her.
Guess you could say it's been a real shitty day.
How so?
Sure you're not some kind of shrink?
Just a guy who
I
sells.
know, real estate.
That's right.
You're a real good-looking guy.
Thank you.
Married?
Divorced. No kids. That was going to be the next question.
Must get pretty lonely traveling around all the time.
Well, the company I work for can be very generous. But you're right about the travel, especially if you don't know anybody in the city you're doing business in. Sure would be great to have somebody show me around, maybe have some dinner with me, that sort of thing.
Well, it sounds like you need a guide.
I think I might. I think I do.
Cheers.
That's right.
It's a pleasure meeting you, Tony. It's late and I gotta go.
How much?
500.
That's fine.
So what are you into?
What do you mean?
Bondage?
Yeah.
Fetish? Little role play?
How about none of that? Why don't we just go somewhere quiet? Talk. That be all right?
That would be all right.
I'll get the tab. Jack.
Yes, it is.
That is. No, let me.
So, I know a place nearby. Do you want to just follow me?
Sounds good.
See you soon. Do you know anything about cars?
A little. Are the keys in the ignition?
Yep.
All right, let me see what's going on. When was the last time you put fuel in your car?
Last week.
Your gas gauge is empty.
Shit. I gotta call roadside. Excuse me.
No problem.
Damn it. Yes, I need roadside, please. Amber Richardson. Yes. Amber Richardson. What are you talking about? I've had this card for 10 years. What? Excuse me? My husband canceled the card? Thanks for nothing. Son of a bitch!
Bad news?
You could say that.
Is there something I can do to help?
Like what? I'm sorry. God.
Hey, it's okay. You can take my car. It's parked right over there. We can go wherever you want.
Sorry.
It's okay. Grab your purse. This is it right here.
Thanks. Can we stop at a liquor store?
For you, beautiful. Anything. I'll take that.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Want to dance?
Oh, yeah.
Should turn on some music.
Always. No problem.
I haven't been dancing in so long.
Hey, whoa, easy, easy. Maybe you should go easy on that.
Oh, I'm just having a good time.
Oh, yeah? You hungry? You want me to get some takeout?
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Yeah, hi, I'd like to place an order for delivery. I will have the same thing I had last time.
I thought you said you hadn't been here before.
Did I?
Yeah. Maybe you should come with me. Why don't you have a seat?
Okay.
Would you like a little floor show first?
Don't you remember I wanted a little conversation?
I think I remember you saying something like that.
Oh, yeah. I think we should put that down.
Hey! I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Oh, God, I don't know anymore.
Hey, it's all right.
I'm so sorry, Darnell.
No, it's all right. Just have a seat. Hey, the takeout will be here soon, all right? So this isn't your first time, is it?
You mean having sex?
I mean being paid to have sex.
Is it that obvious?
I'm really just curious as to why.
I don't know. I was attracted to you. And the thought of doing something that was just completely wrong just suddenly seemed exciting to me.
I'm still going to pay you.
Look, you don't have to do that, Tony. I really think I should just go. Thank you. What are you doing?
Like I said, I'm still going to pay you. Besides, you haven't finished your dinner yet.
You're right.
So tell me a little about yourself.
It's not much to tell. My soon-to-be ex-husband thinks that I'm a lush, and my best friend thinks that I belong in rehab.
And it sounds like you don't agree with either of them.
Do you think I should?
I think you're perfect just the way you are.
Do you want to have sex with me?
You seem like the type that likes it rough.
No, you got me wrong.
You're trying me on.
No, I'm not. Stop it.
I'm just getting started.
No!
Oh!
No! No!
Yeah. Yeah. Like that.
hell is your problem, chick? I mean, you're standing in the middle of the road. I could have hit you, you know.
I know.
I'm sorry. Is everything okay?
I need to find my way home.
Where is that?
I don't think I know anymore.
Look, it's none of my business. But if you need a ride, I can take you where you need, or as far as I'm going.
Is there a liquor store there?
There's one I know of, but it's in a bad neighborhood.
As long as it's open.
You don't have to worry about that. Come on.
Mind your own business.
Come on, yo,
Don't touch me!
We are business right now, you know what I mean?
Hey,
she got the purse, man.
Hey, about $500, right? Oh yeah, now we know what she do for a living.
Give me a
Too, probably those
If it ain't thugs or us, up a little early, ain't we? You know, someone's up the real trick is to be asleep.
How much your business on, man? This ain't for you.
Put it away, I'll break your arm.
You too juiced to do shit on, man.
You're right, my bad. I don't know what's wrong, man. I keep making these empty threats.
What?
Have a nice day. You all right?
Oh my
You okay?
god. Oh my god.
Are you all right?
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Come sit down. Sit down.
What are you, some kind of black Rambo?
Special Forces, Vietnam, 67, retired.
Okay, well, anyway, thank you, Rambo.
You can call me Edmund, or just Ed.
I need to use your phone. I need to call the police.
I ain't got no phone.
What do you mean you don't have a phone? Everybody has a phone.
Well, ain't nobody in particular I want to talk to.
And what am I supposed to do? Put out smoke signals?
Look, lady, you need to take a breath.
My name is Amber, okay? My name is Amber.
Okay, Amber. All right. You got any ID?
It was in my wallet.
Well, you probably don't want to walk around just like that in this neighborhood. Calling the police won't do you much good. How about I buy you a cup of coffee till we get this thing figured out?
And where is this coffee house?
Right here. You're looking at it.
Your house?
You can have it your
I
way.
don't even know you.
You can continue walking. Those two thugs have probably told half their homies about you already.
Talk about the lesser of two evils.
I'll put us on a fresh pot of coffee. Come on. Oh, stop.
This isn't exactly Starbucks.
Still, best coffee in town.
So, you live here alone?
Girlfriend moved out a couple months ago, but she left some of her things. I'm thinking she'd probably be back.
How long were you two together?
Off and on, a couple of years.
You seem like the restless type.
And people always say that. I guess it's probably true. Come on, follow me.
God, it smells like someone died in this chair.
It's a good chance. You get used to it.
I doubt it.
You take cream in your coffee?
And sugar.
Don't got sugar, that's why I offered the cream.
Little testy, aren't we?
That's no way to talk to the man who just saved your life.
I wouldn't exactly say that, but I'm sorry.
Must be one of those uptown ladies.
I don't know what you mean.
Call girl.
That is not true.
Then when the $500 come from those boys found your purse, rich uncle just died?
It's a long story.
I don't like long stories. How's the coffee?
I don't know what to say.
Oh, that good.
It's actually that good. So how long have you lived here?
About 6 months.
Is that all?
Scheduled to be torn down next week.
And what are you gonna do then?
And do what I've always done. Look for another place.
This isn't really your place, is it?
It belongs to the city.
So we're trespassing then.
Cops coming for my fine coffee. What does that tell you?
Why did you invite me here for coffee?
You look like you needed a place to stay.
Really?
Like I said, I don't like long stories. But I know people real good.
You do.
You run away from something?
Maybe I'm just running.
Probably a real pretty lady underneath all that hairspray and makeup.
You know, you got anything stronger than coffee around here?
You mean alcohol?
Yes, I could really use a drink right now.
I don't drink.
Terrific. And look, thank you for the coffee. It was awesome. But I've really got to get out of here.
Where you going?
I don't know. Anywhere.
You go out that door. You don't look like you belong in this neighborhood, and you have no money. You go out that door, those thugs are more than likely still
What
waiting
am
for
I
you.
supposed to do? Stay here with you? Who I hardly know except that you make great coffee?
When I was in Nam, I saw a lot of shit. Men dying all around me. One day on patrol, I saw a wounded bird. Probably been hit by shrapnel. I picked him up, took him back to the base camp. One of the medics was actually able to save it. Next day, it flew away.
And so I'm your wounded bird.
You want something to eat?
You buy it.
Take a look in the refrigerator.
Ed, it is really cold in here. You wouldn't happen to have a jacket.
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend left some of her clothes in the closet.
She's not a size 3, is she?
Huh. Hardly. Why don't you wait right here? Here you go.
Thank you so much. You're a good cook.
You're just hungry.
Do you have family here in Sacramento?
None that I care to mention.
Somehow I can't say I blame you.
You look tired.
I am.
That couch in the living room pulls out into a bed. You can sleep there tonight. You'll be comfortable. I'll get you some blankets. It gets pretty cold.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh God, I need a drink. I need a fucking drink.
Lady, I told you I don't drink. There's no booze in this house.
Ed, please go to the store and get me some.
Not gonna happen.
Please, what do you mean not gonna happen?
I'm telling you, the last thing you need is a drink.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh.
I'm not too old to remember friends of mine who drank themselves to death. In the face of God, that is no pretty sight.
Maybe I want to die.
I ain't buying that.
Why not?
Maybe I'm just too stubborn. There's something about you. I ain't sure what it is, but it's still there.
No one has ever said anything like that to me.
Rise and shine.
Thank you.
How much?
I almost died, didn't I?
You were very sick.
They say alcoholism is a disease.
It is, Amber.
Thank you for saving my life.
Don't mention it.
I'm married, you know.
Third finger, left hand. I'm surprised those two shitheads didn't take that too.
Yeah, well, you weren't afraid, were you?
I was too busy playing Rambo to notice. Your husband must be worried sick about you.
I doubt it.
Why do you say that?
He's divorcing me.
Oh, let me guess. Because of your drinking.
You said you didn't like long stories.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe I should make an exception.
Maybe I should write a book.
Yeah, maybe you should.
I have to tell you, Roger, that was some party.
God, I know.
You said you wanted to talk to me about Amber.
She won't seek help for her drinking.
Oh, I know. We've had this conversation several times before, Roger.
So what are my options?
Well, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not sure you have any. Unless you're thinking of having her committed.
Huh. Yeah, for what? For, having a lamp dance with one of my potential clients in front of everybody and our entire party?
No, then the only other course of action is either a legal separation or divorce.
Okay, let me ask you this. How does a divorce play out in court?
Well, she did embarrass you in front of your friends and clients.
Correct.
And you have been a caring, supportive husband to a woman who can no longer provide you with the love and support you need.
Stephen, can she make me look worse?
Oh, no, we have an open and shut case. Don't worry about it.
I'm at the end of my rope.
Don't worry about it. I can totally insulate you on this one. I can have the paperwork for you by the end of the week.
Thank you, Stephen.
To you.
Thank you for coming, Susan.
Have you heard from Amber yet?
No, nothing.
Did you file the missing persons report?
My attorney recommended that I wait a few days.
Why?
Well, I'm filing for divorce.
Well, I know that much, but I don't understand why you would wait.
May I help you?
Roger Richardson.
Yes?
I'm Detective Cook, Sacramento Police Department. My partner's Detective Williams. May we come in?
Is this about Amber?
We found her wallet and ID in an empty field near Oak Park.
And this morning, we were informed that a vehicle registered in your wife's name was towed to our downtown impound lot.
What condition is it in?
We don't have that information, sir. Mr. Richardson, do you have any idea what your wife would be doing in Oak Park?
No! It's not like we hang out there.
When was the last time you saw her?
3 days ago.
Are you and your wife having any marital problems we should know about?
I filed for divorce.
Has she been served?
No, not yet.
We suggest you file for that missing persons report, Mr. Richardson. In the meanwhile, here's my card. Please feel free to contact me if you hear of
Thank
anything.
you, detectives.
Well, now we know where Mr. Richardson's priorities are. He's more interested in the condition of his wife's car.
Than his wife. What was with the hottie standing next to him?
I think we've both seen that movie before.
Thank you for lunch, Lawrence. I almost forgot how it felt to be waited on by someone that wasn't dumpster diving.
I just want to make sure you never have to go back to the streets to live.
Well, you know, that's something that no one has control over. I know you've been real kind about allowing Jimmy and I to stay here and all.
You don't completely agree with our arrangement, do you?
Why are you asking me that, Lawrence? We're together temporarily. Isn't that what you wanted?
It is, but maybe at some point I was hoping you'd grow to like me.
That makes me feel very uncomfortable. I thought this was a professional relationship, not a personal one.
Does it have to be so cold-blooded?
I don't know, Lawrence. Right now, all I can think about is Jimmy.
Look, I know this is a difficult time for you, with Jimmy being so sick.
Jimmy's been sick before, but it ain't like the other times. There's something real bad twisting up inside of him.
Do you want to go see him?
I would, except him seeing me would make him want to leave the hospital, and that would surely kill him.
I would have to agree with you.
Why are you bringing me here, Lavandia?
It's a place for us to live while you get well.
Ain't nothing wrong with me.
You just done spent 2 weeks in the hospital. Ain't nothing wrong with you?
These doctors are stupid.
Yeah, right.
All I needed was a couple of shots of my favorite medicine.
I ain't gonna argue with you, Jimmy. I got the key. We're here. That's all there is to it.
Is that so?
Yes.
You guys must think I fell off the stupid truck or something.
Oh, Jimmy, come on.
You know what, dude? Sometimes it's better just not to ask any questions.
That's it. I'm walking.
Jimmy, hey, please. Okay, Jimmy. The house belongs to a friend of mine.
A friend?
Yes, a friend. What else do you want, Jimmy? What else?
Is this friend a man or a woman?
His name is Lawrence.
Lawrence is a friend of mine. I've known him for 10 years, okay? I introduced him to Lavandia while you were in the hospital. Sick.
And
he's on the road a lot. He needs someone to do some house sitting while he's gone on business.
What kind of work does this Lawrence do?
He works for the government. He's on the road a lot, dude. It's all I know.
Ain't buying none of this shit.
Whatever.
Jimmy, come on.
Let's get him in the house. Come on.
Oh, Jimmy.
Step up.
Watch your step.
Be careful, Jimmy.
There you go.
You're still sick, Jimmy. That's why I got this house.
Lavandia.
You know, the good Lord or the devil, they put us together for some reason, Jimmy. Oh, I know that if anything ever happened to you, my heart would break into 1,000 pieces.
Okay, I'll be seeing you too real soon.
Yeah.
Go on, babe.
Doesn't that bed feel great, Jimmy?
Ain't got no sky to look at.
It's still crazy, that's all I gotta say.
Life ain't been too good to us these days, Lavandia. With me being in the hospital and all.
I learned a long time ago not to expect too much from living or dying. The best that anyone can ever hope for is to find a quiet place and close their eyes, if only for a few seconds, and feel the wind holding them still.
You've always had a way with words. Sometimes, I wonder how your life would have turned out if you hadn't met me.
Probably face down in some dumpster. But you know, Jimmy, there ain't no contest in trying to find somebody to love. Maybe it's just fate.
Or God tying up some loose ends.
Well, you better get your rest, Jimmy.
I'm really worried about Amber.
I know.
I think maybe if I wasn't so hard on her.
It's called tough love.
Yeah. I just think it was bad timing.
Amber could be very difficult.
But she wasn't always like that. I think maybe if I would have just done something different.
You can't blame yourself for this, any of it, Susan. She was on a downward spiral and there was nothing any of us could have done.
Yeah. You're right. I just really hope nothing bad happened to her.
Susan, we just need to stay positive.
You have always been such a good friend. I don't know what I'd do without you right now. I'm trying really hard to feel like shit.
Any luck?
No. I should be feeling really guilty for sleeping with my best friend's husband.
But you don't.
No. She was a very high maintenance friend.
Try husband.
I couldn't imagine. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Did you love her?
At first I did. And then she started drinking more, and embarrassing me in front of my friends and co-workers. I gave up on the marriage when she refused help.
Sad, isn't it?
I'll see you later.
You're still sick.
I ain't that sick.
Where you going, Jimmy?
I'll get some weed.
Just don't bring it back here.
What the fuck? Is the guy who owned this place some kind of narc or something?
I don't know exactly what he is, but he seems awfully conservative to me.
Then we ain't staying here.
I told you 100 times, Jimmy, that we need to stay here because you're sick and you need to get better.
That's bullshit. I feel fine.
Look at you, Jimmy. Look at you. You're not fine. Jimmy. I hope you like this. I took the liberty of preparing dinner for you this evening.
Wow.
Tastes good, doesn't it?
Where did you get these culinary skills?
Something I learned a long time ago.
Ah.
I have a lot of little tricks.
Well, you should teach me some of your little tricks sometime.
Maybe sometime I will.
Very soon. Well, you must be Jimmy. Lavandia's told me all about you.
How long you been fucking my lady?
Well, that's getting right to the point.
Hey, Jimmy, please, I don't want you to do this, please.
No.
So how was it? You sick bastard.
I was hoping we could be civil about this.
Civil my ass, you piece of shit.
Jimmy, no!
He really loves you. How's Jimmy?
Asleep, finally.
He's gonna need as much rest as he possibly can get.
Lawrence, you can't be in love with me.
I know you didn't want me to tell you.
Maybe deep down inside I was hoping you would.
Where does that leave us?
Alone.
Well, this is definitely not Rodeo Drive.
Not hardly.
Did you grow up here?
I did.
Was it always this rundown?
Pretty much. There's some new development downtown.
Glad you're with me.
Jeremy's graduating from middle school this year.
Outstanding, Phil. I know, being a single parent isn't easy.
It does have its challenges. It's all been worth it though, you know, every minute of it.
Isn't that the woman that was reported missing from Granite Bay?
Amber Richardson. What's the deal with the guy walking with her?
Looks like we're about to find out.
Amber Richardson?
Yeah,
Are you aware that your husband's reported you missing?
I find that real hard to believe.
So, what's going on here?
She's been living with me for the last week.
Where?
The house down the street with the no trespassing sign on the front door.
Okay. How'd you meet Mrs. Richardson?
I was walking out of my house about 6 a.m. one morning and she was being attacked by a couple of the local bangers. I'm not as fast or as intimidating as I used to be, so they got her purse and got away.
That explains why we found her wallet less than a mile from here. Did she tell you why she was walking alone in this neighborhood at 6 a.m.?
She said it was a long story.
It always is. So you let her stay with you after the attack?
Yeah, but that's not what you're thinking.
It never is. Thank you for your help.
Okay, Mrs. Richardson, at this point I don't see anything to indicate that you're in any danger or being held against your will.
Edmund's kind of old, but he's a very nice man.
That may or may not be the case.
Will you two be in this area for the time being?
That's up to Edmund.
Yeah, we will. If anything else, Mrs. Richardson, you need your ID returned to you as soon as possible to avoid an arrest for vagrancy, or worse.
Okay.
Thanks, officers.
I'm going to be in New York for at least a week.
Okay.
I am so going to miss you.
Hi. Hi. I'm gonna miss you too, Lawrence. I've been thinking a lot about our relationship lately.
And?
And I know I've been real confused about staying here or going back and living with Jimmy.
You have.
So when you get back, I'd like to talk to you more about it, if that's okay.
It is. My cab's waiting. I gotta go. I'm gonna miss you. I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay.
Pack your shit, Lavandia. We're leaving.
What are you talking about, Jimmy?
I know what's going on with you and that asshole you've been screwing.
How can you say that?
It's easy.
I think you better get down off your high horse for just 1 minute.
I don't have to listen to your shit, Lavandia.
Oh, yes, you do, Jimmy. I did this for you. We needed a place to stay because you were getting sick living on the street.
That's bullshit. I've been living on the street half my life, and I ain't died yet.
Yet?
That's right. So get your stuff. Let's go, now.
I think you're the crazy one, Jimmy.
I never asked for this. No way. You're the crazy one. Thinking I would be okay with you fucking some older guy for a place to live.
Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Isn't that what living on the street is all about, Jimmy? Right?
Lavandia, 4 walls. It's always been a prison to me. Ain't no other way.
I've always known that about you, Jimmy, but this is different.
Really?
This is a different type of survival. This is about you getting well.
Lavandia, the only way I'm gonna get better is to get out of here. Go back to what I know. Let's go.
Jimmy, we need this. We need this.
Lavandia. Lavandia? Oh, shit.
A little night music.
Isn't that from a play?
A musical. Stephen Sondheim, music and lyrics. Hugh Wheeler, the book. Inspired by an Ingmar Bergman film, Smiles of a Summer Night.
Wow. You never cease to amaze me.
How so?
You are a total aficionado.
I've always loved music. Thought I would be a composer one day.
There's still time.
I don't know, Amber. I'm still trying to catch up on what life I have left.
You know, you're a pretty amazing guy, Ed. I knew there was something about you that night that told me that I could trust you.
I don't know, Amber. Maybe it's been luck, you know, being at the right place at the right time.
It was a lot more than that.
You're a hopeless romantic.
If you had told me that years ago, I might have believed you.
Maybe there's still time.
I can't believe anyone can be as stubborn as you, Jimmy.
You know what I think, Lavandia?
What, Jimmy?
I think that guy Lawrence was into some type of black magic shit. I could tell by the look in his eyes.
Oh, God.
He probably put you under a spell to make you his sex slave.
I'm not listening.
Had these cameras all over his house.
Where, Jimmy?
They were real small. He put them in the light switches. So when he turned the lights on, the cameras came on too. Probably has all kind of tape secretly hidden around his place. Maybe we should let the FBI in on it.
Maybe we should get the FBI to find us a place to live.
I got that all worked out.
Where, Jimmy?
On the river. I got some friends who say we could share their tent.
I ain't going for that.
Well, you'll like them. And they got some righteous weed, too.
And that makes everything okay?
Let's get ready before it gets dark.
So how was that hospital food, Jimmy?
I've eaten better dinners dumpster diving.
How long's you and Jimmy been together?
About 3 years.
That's a long time when you're on the streets.
Seems like it was just yesterday.
You really are a cute couple.
Still thinking about going to Oregon?
That's the plan.
You never mentioned anything to me about moving, Jimmy.
Spent a couple of years doing time with a guy. He owns some land up there, so we could come there this summer and pitch a tent.
And how do you expect for us to get there?
My jet is broken, so I guess we'll have to catch the bus.
And when do you plan on taking this great adventure?
Day after tomorrow. Better find something pretty to wear.
On the bus?
So how is your grandmother?
Amazingly resilient. She'll be 99 in July. She's tough.
Wow, 99.
Yeah, a lot of living.
I'd love to meet her someday.
You should. She's hilarious. You'd
Oh my
enjoy that.
God.
What's wrong?
That's my husband.
Oh.
And my best friend.
Hmm.
Oh my God.
You expecting them?
No. I have no idea how they found me.
Morning.
What the hell are you doing here?
I'm living, Roger.
Amber, we were really worried about you.
I'm sure you were.
Amber, none of this makes any sense to me.
It wouldn't to you.
You had a beautiful house in Granite Bay, a brand new car that's been towed, and a wardrobe that costs more than this place.
God, having a lot of stuff does not give one a unique corner on being happy.
Spare me the 60s bullshit.
Hey, maybe you should take a moment to consider the fact that as poor as you obviously think I am, you still stand under my porch.
And who, may I ask, are you?
Spec 5 Edmund Jones, Army Special Forces, Vietnam, 1967.
What am I supposed to do, salute?
Edmund saved my life.
What? What happened? Are you okay?
I was robbed.
Well, maybe you should reconsider the company that you keep. I have the police report. I also have a statement from the bartender at the 5th Street Bar and Grill that sees you leaving with Mr. Antonio Conti on the evening you disappeared.
Well, aren't you quite the detective?
Using his credit card information, my office tracked down Mr. Conti. Seems he paid you for your services $500, also on the night you disappeared.
Is all this true, Amber?
Hey, so what is this? The Oak Park Inquisition?
By the way, Roger, the two of you make a lovely couple.
I believe we are done here.
Roger. For what it's worth. I am sorry. Can you please do lunch or something? He did have good reason to be upset with me.
Yeah, maybe he did. But coming all the way down here to browbeat you was beyond a shitty thing to do. You didn't deserve that.
When did you say they're going to demolish the house?
Monday or Tuesday of next week.
What are we gonna do?
Wow. Well, Granite Bay is definitely out of the question.
Well, good. I have a little money saved. We can use that to rent a place for a while.
I'm not so sure that's a good idea, Amber.
Okay. Why?
I've spent the last couple of years trying to find a small piece of life that I can still hold on to.
Maybe I can help.
You're so young, I'm afraid I don't want to slow you down.
I nearly died in your arms, Ed. Don't you think that means I owe you more than just a thank you and a walk out the door?
You do have a point there.
Good. It's settled then. We'll go to the bank in the morning and we'll look for a place to live.
Fate sure is a funny thing.
Hello, Judge.
Larry. Just dropped Lavandia and Jimmy off at the bus stop. They moved to Oregon.
Probably Jimmy's idea.
Likely.
Have a seat.
You know what? I got someone else you should meet.
I think I'll pass, Judge.
Really? You'll get over her, and you always do.
I don't think so. Not this time.
Well, check it out. Then we should have one of these. Here. To being available again, right?